What's up, guys, and welcome back to the second episode of the Pirate STEM podcast. Today over here we've got Esty with us.
What up?
Is that how you say it?
ST, yep.
Right on. So sometimes I say Etsy, like the candle things.
Literally everybody does. They think I'm a store for cheap little knickknacks.
And then, of course, we got Mr. Thriller in here. We got Trevor.
What?
So this is like I said. Whoa, too far. So this is gonna be our, like I said, our second podcast. This one's more of a little impromptu. We didn't really think of anything to talk about, so we came up with some topics on the fly. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Trevor to start out a topic for us. You just choose one there, Trevor.
The one I want to talk about. Should we just get into the whole crypto stuff?
Yeah, we can start out with the crypto.
Crypto.
And how it is fucking me over.
Yeah, it's fucking everybody over.
I sold all my Dogecoin and then bought in again, and it's just continually going down. And let me pull up my portfolio here. I'm up right now, it looks like, but yeah, I have some Bitcoin. I have like a 26,000th of a Bitcoin.
Let's see. I'm gonna move this stuff over here so I can use my main screen. There we go.
When I came to that Dogecoin there, what was it? It was when it was flying high around 75 cents, right before Elon decided to go on Saturday Night Live and
thank everybody,
ruin everybody's dreams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but I love Elon. I don't care what he does.
Oh, I love him too.
Daddy Elon.
He's the reason I made money off it in the first place, so I can't complain too much. But then his mom gets on there and says, I hope it's not Dogecoin.
Yeah.
Me over.
Yeah. It kind of messed up everything. I swear, like, we were going to get to $1 by the end of, what was it, June?
Yeah, it was on track for that.
Oh, it was. It was definitely on track, and then all of a sudden... And
instead of making $800 or whatever, I would have made $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's kind of the thing I don't really get about the crypto coin yet is, like, see, I'm a traditional investor. I've got money in places that have been sitting there for 20, 30 years. But, like, people seriously trying to make a lot of money off of this crypto coin, it's too volatile. Like, it's a fun game if you've got money to throw into it for fun, but the people that are seriously thinking that this is how they're going to get rich, I mean, the first crop of people kind of already hit, and if you're not ground floor, you're kind of not it.
True. Yeah, and I'd say I didn't make a bank on it. I put $200 in and came out,
that's
800.
That's not bad.
So 600. Oh yeah, no, there are people that are putting their entire life savings, taking out second mortgages on their house.
Oof.
Yeah.
I mean, I was really tempted to drop a 1K on it, and I'm so glad I didn't.
That would probably be my limit.
Yeah, but aren't you a Shiba Inu fucking billionaire or millionaire?
Millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I have 5 million Shiba coin. Tyler's a billionaire.
Yeah, I still haven't got on crypto or Coinbase or whatever the one Shiba's on. And honestly, I kind of burnt myself out on the whole cryptocurrency race after selling and then buying back in, and shit, I bought back in and I'm down $6, and I'm like, oh well, fuck that.
Yeah, see, to me, it just sounds like kind of a fun little thing to do, but you couldn't take it seriously at this point, not until it stabilizes.
Yeah, exactly. Right, and then I got my typical stocks that, I mean, I did make good money on GME on GameStop.
Oh yeah.
I made about $300 on that.
Well, yeah, that's primarily because you got it for free.
Well, that was the thing is when I first signed up for Robinhood, you know how you first sign up, like your bank account gives you one free stock. Well, the stock it gave me was GameStop, and this was 3 years ago, something like
That's
that.
hilarious.
When GameStop was like $5, and I was like, whatever, I'll keep it. And I'm glad I fucking did. It shot up to $400, and I was like, oh, sell. I'm out.
Sell.
No, that's pretty funny because I probably would have been the same. Just like, oh,
Well,
I own one stock in GameStop. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a free game.
That's right.
Or give me something worth more than like 50 cents for a trade-in.
Oh, man.
And then that's when I really got into it. I started following along with those meme stocks. I ended up buying, it was 7 shares of AMC, which I bought it, 7 shares for $14, and I've held onto that for a good part of the whole year, and finally it started rising and it hit $60, and I was like, I'm selling right now.
Yeah, you might want to get out of that.
Oh yeah, I'm out of it. I sold at $60. When is that $60? So I made a good hunk of cash on that too.
Hey, any profit's profit.
I think which is down.
Hmm?
Oh, never mind. That's
Did you just say your sandwich is down?
No, Twitch.
Oh.
Sound the alarms. I dropped my sandwich.
Oh, man.
No.
You know what
sandwich.
You know what is going down right now? This good old Bud Light.
Hell yeah. So go ahead.
Alongside that that whole cryptocurrency thing, there's SD wanted to talk about it, NFTs.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention because it kind of goes along with the side thing. Have you guys heard anything about this Earth 2 scandal going on?
Earth 2 scandal? No.
Scandal, yeah. All right, so this actually helps me explain what an NFT is real easy. So you know how like money works, like the dollar works. It's technically backed up by gold that's stored somewhere in vaults across the United States.
Right.
Right, which basically means that theoretically you could go to the government with your dollar and say, give me $1 gold, and they are required by federal law to do so.
Yeah.
That's how the dollar works.
Yeah, your dollar has no worth. It's backed by gold.
Exactly. Well, see, the thing about crypto is it's technically not backed by anything. It's kind of arbitrary, which is a gray area to begin with. But then you get one step away from that, and you get into what's called NFTs, the non-fungible. I forget what the T stands for because I'm kind of high, but
let's see what it stands for. NFT meaning
non-fungible
non-fungible token.
Token, that's right, token. So basically what it's saying is you own this thing and it's backed up by nothing. So as an artist, I run into it a lot as like you make a picture for somebody, they register it as an NFT, and that is their picture. And you know how the internet works. Once something goes on the internet, it's there forever.
Like a copyright.
Kinda, exactly. In fact, because that picture is still going out. Say I drew a picture of like Wonder Woman, and somebody bought the NFT for it, which means they essentially own that picture. If it's ever been on the internet, everybody else in the world can still look at it, and it's a piece of art. So what more do you want from it? Right. I could download it, use it as my background, any of this. So technically, an NFT, if you look at it from a logical point of view, is completely worthless. It's just it's almost like a cock waving thing. Like, I own the Mona Lisa, motherfucker. But,
okay.
I'm the one who made her smile.
Give her that sly smile.
She's thinking about me. Now, the thing about the NFTs is they're backed up by different companies. There's like little register companies, kind of like how you register your websites, your domain names and stuff.
Right. Okay.
And they're the ones that basically hold the records saying you own this. Now, the problem being is, what if those companies go out of business? I mean, you could pay $2 million to say you own, some statue in a park somewhere. And if that company goes under, your record's gone. Like it's exactly like an ISP. If an ISP went out, you're going to have to find a new place to register your domain name, and you might have a shit ton of problems getting it there too.
And it's obviously it's not FDIC secured, so there's no insurance on it.
Yeah, literally. So that brings me back to the Earth-2 scandal. So Earth-2 is this game, supposedly. It's not really much of a game, but all they did is they took Google Maps and they put a grid across the entire map. Like you can buy any square in the world, and the game there's no game. Like they promised later on that there's going to be some like virtual 3D, first person shooter. You can go to where you are on Earth. Like somebody's actually going to go out and recreate the entire Earth. But what's going on right now is they're selling these squares for lots and lots of money, and there's investors that are dumping millions of dollars into this. And the thing I mean, even on the surface, it seems like a scam. And so, like, there's this company that's running Earth-2, and they're just collecting all this money on arbitrary squares that don't mean anything. Like, there's people that have spent millions of dollars to buy every square in New York, but that doesn't actually give them any ownership in anything in New York, like, at all. Like, you're literally just buying a square on Google Maps. I could do that right now. I could pull up Google Maps on my, my browser, screenshot it, and say, I own this motherfucker.
Right. Oh, I just looked up my address, and I could sit here and buy my whole property in squares.
You looked it up on Earth-2?
Oh, holy shit. To buy one square of my property, and my property right now, okay, if I were to select what we could consider my entire property from the backyard to the curb, they want fucking price per title $360 fucking dollars. And so what then you
own that square. That's it. That's the end of the story.
Like, I don't own the property, obviously, because but I own that image off of Google Maps now.
No, you don't own. No, that's copyright Google Maps. No, you own that square from that company. That arbitrary piece of information is yours, so long as that company exists and they let you have it. Now, here's the real kicker: if you go through their stipulations, they have right in their clauses that they have the right to basically just disappear on the spot. You cannot sue them. So all this money that they have, they literally could shut down legitimately today and just say, sorry, guys.
So essentially, like kind of GoFundMe-ish, just immediately just shut down and just take the money.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And there's not a lot of recourse you can do because it says right there in the agreement that, you're basically buying entertainment.
And there's resources and stuff. What the fuck?
That's part of their enticement thing. They say later on there's going to be a way for them to generate resources and stuff for this grand game they have. But, like, I mean, what's a resource going to do for you? There's no game involved yet. They've shown nothing. The entire project so far is buying these squares, and a lot of people have bought into it.
And so, essentially what you'll be doing is like a command and conquer is what they're probably going for.
Yeah.
Well, could you imagine if someone were to buy the actual property, like your property, like for say it's like your nemesis or something, and they come up to your house and be like, "I own Nemesis square."
This dude says Nemesis like we're in a fucking RPG video game.
Well, it could be someone that doesn't like you.
Well, okay, I want to know something. Just a little segue here. So, do you have a nemesis, like a legitimate nemesis?
If you count my ex-wife.
That don't count.
Shit, yeah.
Well, I mean, you make it sound like everybody's got a nemesis running around. Like, every single person out there is like, no, damn you.
Everybody's got to have their Ned Flanders to their Homer Simpson.
And you got to have a doppelganger. I can agree with that one.
I can't think of a nemesis. No, I'm such a passive dude that I'm just so like unconfrontational is the word I would use. That I don't make nemesises. I don't know.
Nemesises. Hey, I'm a sissy.
I don't have a nemesis.
You know what? If I ever run into my nemesis, that's what I'm going to call him. Be like, you're a nemesis. Let's go.
Shit.
You're my nemesis.
Them are fighting words.
Slap fight.
Shit.
But as I was saying, though, like, could you imagine, like, someone buying your property and just coming up to your door and be like, I totally bought your property on this game and I own it. It's like, the fuck, get off my lawn.
Get off my fuck shit. I fucking bought this from the fucking bank.
Well, not that it would ever take off, but the funny thing is you know how the world works. If it actually did, like, become a thing, somebody totally would do that. There would be some sort of legal issue about, you know, somebody buying something and demanding rights.
Right. Like, I bought this for $60, so now it's mine.
I own 3 squares in Disneyland. Where's my year pass?
Yeah, no kidding.
Right? I own a fucking Magic Mountain. Pay me to get on that fucking ride. Wait. Magic Mountain's a ride at Disney, right?
No, you're thinking of Splash Mountain. Magic Mountain's an entire theme park.
Oh, fuck. See, man, you know, the only theme park I've ever been to was... Oh, shit, I've been to 2. I've been to Lagoon in Utah, obviously, which is a pretty rinky-dink park, and then it used to be a fucking...
That's my childhood, you fucker.
That's my childhood, too, you fucker.
Calling her rinky-dink, that was the shit.
and then, what is it? It was it's in Denver. It used to be I don't know what it's called now, but it used to be a Six Flags. But Six Flags is like, nah, we don't want to claim you as a Six Flags anymore.
Wow.
It'd be like a sister Six Flags.
The Nemesis sister.
The Nemesis.
You're now Nemesis. 5 Flags.
You're 5 Flags.
you lost that one. You lost one flag reading. Goodbye.
Okay, since we're talking about like theme park stuff, I got an oddball question for you.
All right.
You guys are from like the same town area, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're 15 miles from each other.
Did you guys have a Chuck E. Cheese or a Showtime pizza?
Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese would be Salt Lake. Yeah, it'd be Salt Lake, or is it in Ogden?
They had one in Ogden, I think Riverdale too.
Man, okay. I watched this documentary on the difference between like Chuck E. Cheese and Showtime. And the messed up thing is, it's like, I've never heard of a Showtime in my life. And I can't seem to find anybody who's actually ever been to a Showtime pizza.
No, I've never.
Are they like, is it like a sister company to Chuck E. Cheese, or are they completely different entities?
Actually, it kind of, you know, if you ever get a few moments, there's this really good documentary by Charlie White. Moist Critical watches them all the time. Defunctland, I think, makes a really good documentary on Chuck E. Cheese, and it actually was the same company, and then they had like some like inward backstabbing and stuff, and they split apart. But they still used all the same stuff, and they were kind of had to like cohabitate. And then they got in this major war that was awesome, apparently. Like they were putting in like 10 Chuck E. Cheeses in the same city as like 10 other Showtimes.
Jesus Christ.
They killed themselves. It was great. And they ended up becoming one company again.
Is Chuck E. Cheese even a thing anymore?
Only as an entity. Like the businesses and stuff, they're pretty much done, but they still use it as like a logo because people know it.
Yeah, just like Toys R Us.
Well, there are 2 Toys R Us stores still open right now.
Damn.
Well, and they closed, but then they reopened.
Right.
So Toys R Us is still a thing. I know the Toys R Us around me closed down when I was, I think, my senior year of high school. Maybe my junior year. I don't know. It was, but I have fond memories of Chuck E. Cheese. But you know what haunts my memory of Chuck E. Cheese?
Huh.
Fucking playing through, what is that fucking game? Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
That kind of fucked Chuck E. Cheese over for me. Now all I see is creepy animatronics that try and steal my soul or whatever the fuck they're trying to do. I'm child predator, whatever the fuck it is.
You know, it's funny because like the whole pizzeria thing is supposed to be kind of scary because of all that Uncanny Valley shit. But the animatronics never bothered me. It was always the people in the suits that were that freaked me out.
That were like, creepy.
Yeah, they just smell funny because, you know, they've been in the suit all day. They've had food spilled on them, stuff like that. But like, I just remember being like, no, I don't want to sit in your lap.
Nah, you had a kid puke on you. I'm good.
Exactly.
Thanks, Uncle Charlie, but no thank you.
See, that's where the real scary is, right there.
Holy shit. How did we went from NFTs and Dogecoin to Chuck E. Cheese. That was a tangent. That was a tangent. Going back to NFTs. I watch a lot of Tim the Tatman, and he went through a phase of talking about NFTs for a while, right? And so, from what I understand about it, is so he has this clip. He has a clip of it was his first win in Fall Guys, the video game.
Yeah.
And it's a clip of that, and he's like, "Oh, I could NFT that," meaning anybody could still watch it, but John Doe over here owns the rights to that.
Yep.
Like he bought it for however much it got sold for, or bid for, or whatever, and so now he can make monetary gain off of that. Is that how it works?
Kind of, sort of. That's the other thing too. Is there's like licensing things. It's such a gray area in things, and the main issue about it is it's just absolutely scammable. Like, I mean, there's no real rules behind it. There's nothing backing it up. You've got unstable companies popping up out of nowhere handling it. I mean, you don't really own the rights to it. You have a piece of paper that says this is mine by function, but you don't.
Okay.
It's not the same as having a copyright or a licensing agreement. Like, see, as an artist, like if I come up with a character or something and I draw that, and say Disney comes up to me, like, this would never happen, but says, we really like your character, we want to license it and be able to do stuff with it. We're going to pay you X amount of money, and we're going to come up with a contract saying this is what I'm allowed to do with it and what I'm not. And I mean, it's a huge legal thing, like absolutely huge legal thing that you have to go through that just to get one small piece of information dealt with. But with these NFTs and whatnot, like the best thing I can think of is, you remember a little while back, there was the guy that bought the Wu-Tang Clan, like unreleased.
No, I never heard of that. No.
Oh, okay. So there was a guy who, I guess, Wu-Tang Clan, they put out an album that they never pressed. Like it's literally one CD or something, and there's only one copy of it. And some rich dude bought it and essentially bought it solely for the fact of saying, fuck you guys, nobody else in the world is ever going to listen to this. And he's locked it away. That is kind of the best example of an NFT. He has physical control of it. That's the only real difference.
Okay. So it's like, hey, I have the rights to this. That's it.
Yeah. And so technically, and the thing about it is Wu-Tang Clan can't do anything about it. If they wanted to re-release that music, they would be under a lot of serious legal trouble.
Huh.
Because they no longer have control of it.
Yeah, because they no longer own the rights.
Right. I mean, and I can tell you for a fact that, they have it on their computer and their mixing board and all that other stuff. I mean, it's all still there for them to listen to.
So, I'm not sure if this is an example of an NFT or not, because it wasn't made for an NFT. I don't know how exactly it works. So I paid somebody to make me art for my Twitch channel.
Right.
I paid him. There's a contract and everything, I have the art. It's mine to do whatever I want with now. That means I own the rights to it, not the people who created it, right? Would that be the kind of the same thing?
Sort of. You could then turn that around for whatever reason. See, this is the thing on why it doesn't make any sense. There's nothing backing it up. You could then turn around even after you paid that guy, came up with your licensing, you own that, you come up with this agreement, he's no longer in control of it. You could then turn around and go to an NFT company and register it. And for all legitimate purposes, it doesn't change a thing. Like, now you have an NFT of your thing.
Can't you just trademark it?
It's why exactly. That's kind of the thing. It's
not a trademark. It's
like if you try. It literally means nothing. That's why it's really hard to explain. Is because there's pretty much nothing backing behind it. It doesn't mean anything. There's no legal recourse to any of the stuff you can do with it.
Yeah, because if it's trademarked, then you can go into the legal systems and be like, "Yo, that's my shit." Like, fuck off.
Exactly. There's legal proceedings to deal with that. There's there's lawyers that deal with nothing but trademark and like licensing law.
Right. Okay.
By the way, real quick before I forget, Chuck E. Cheese in Salt Lake is still open.
Oh, okay.
They open tomorrow at 10 a.m.
You can earn 10 tokens by eating some Go-Gurt.
Yep. Yeah,
what?
They're still open.
Well, it's just like, what is it? There's this place here close to where Trevor and I live. It's a lot like Chuck E. Cheese. It's a pizza place with
Leo's.
Yeah, Leo's place. Or the other day we drove past it at night, and the sign was halfway out, and it just said place.
It's like, oh, you want to go to place?
But they have like laser tag and shit there. I mean, it's a lot like Chuck E. Cheese. But I feel like those are dying out. I mean, it had an arcade. Those are dying out because why would you want to play arcades when
you have all systems?
Game systems. You have computers, and even then, all those arcade games, like old fashioned arcade games, there's emulators for them now.
Yeah, who the hell wants to leave their damn house anymore?
I do. So growing up, my favorite places to go were Nickelcade and Hollywood Connection. Hollywood Connection was kind of Chuck E. Cheese-ish, just not all like they didn't have the animatronics and stuff. It was just like it was a movie theater, but they also had a bomb ass arcade and skating rink and everything like that.
Oh hell yeah!
But Nickelcade was essentially the same thing, but every arcade gate they had there was a nickel. So you know how usually you go to an arcade, you spend like $1 a game or like 50 cents a game. No, literally every game is a nickel.
That's pretty cool.
That's a cool deal there.
Yeah.
I like to do that just for like the nostalgia of it. I know they like if you go to a Dave and Buster's, they give you that little card, and like sometimes they just have all the machines set to play. But like, there's something fun about putting the damn coin in the thing,
right? And I've never been to. I don't think I've ever been to an actual arcade.
What?
Ever? Like I've been to places like Leo's place where you're playing games to get tickets, but I think just to play like Street Fighter and stuff, I haven't really.
I'll see. One thing about Nickelcade is they still have all the old games like Pac-Man and stuff like that, and like Crazy Taxi, and it's still open to this day. Like I want to make a crew trip down to Utah to go to Nickelcade. Like it would be so much fun.
Yeah, those places are great.
Well, shit. Do we want to move on to another topic? We're 30 minutes in now, and we're still, I would say, still on the NFT Dogecoin topic here.
Yeah. Well, we could talk about. Well, actually, no. I picked the last topic. It's someone else's turn.
Well, one that interested me is one you brought up too, but it's that Apple TV could be the source or the home of the NFL Sunday Ticket. I don't know if you're a sports fan, but that is huge news.
Yeah.
Where did that go?
That is going to be something that could kill DirecTV. I know a lot of people that the only reason they go. Trevor actually was the one who pointed this out. Trevor, he works for a call center, and they sell DirecTV on the side, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep.
And he said a lot of people, that's the only reason they go with DirecTV is for the NFL Sunday Ticket.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is you can pay to get the NFL Sunday Ticket outside of DirecTV, but it's kind of a pain in the ass. Like their app's not that great. And so when it comes to the NFL Sunday Ticket, the biggest way is to watch it on DirecTV. And like it's not cheap either. Like you want a season-long subscription, it's going to run you $300 to $400 for the NFL Sunday Ticket.
I tried to get just the NFL Sunday Ticket, right? But asked for your address and everything, and it's like it told me, "Sorry, we offer this through DirecTV in your area, so we can't give you the NFL Sunday Ticket by itself. You have to be in an area or a place like if you have a college dorm, you might be able to get just the NFL Sunday Ticket." But if you own a house where you can get DirecTV, they wouldn't let you get the NFL Sunday Ticket. Now moving it to Apple TV, that's an app anybody can get on any phone. You don't have to have an iPhone to get Apple TV.
You know,
Right,
I'm actually
but
kind of
it's the same thing.
surprised. I'm kind of surprised that like Apple hasn't tried to do something like this, or Google, or one of the big ones tried to do something like this before.
Right. Well, and I know that what is it? It's Amazon. They stream Thursday Night Football on Amazon on their video service.
On the
That's
Prime.
true, yeah.
But that's more of a partnership. This is this is talking about like a full accusation or accusation.
Yeah, I was going to say NFL Sunday Ticket gives you every single game, whether you're in a blackout area or not, so you can watch it on Sunday no matter where you're at. Like, it's a big fucking thing, and if it moves to Apple, like, that'd be pretty big.
It'd be bad for DirecTV, but good for
the consumer.
Good for the consumer and good for the NFL. Imagine how much I don't see it not happening. Like if it were able to go to Apple TV, that means anybody, people with no cable subscription could get it.
Yeah,
and for me, I'm a huge NFL fan, so and I don't have DirecTV, I have Dish TV. And Dish is just better than DirecTV. Only thing I don't get is the NFL Sunday Ticket.
Yeah. I was going to say, I sell both products. I honestly, hands down, like technology-wise, everything, like Dish all the way. Like, not bashing on any company, but when it comes to like the development and how fast like they have integration and things like that, Dish 100% all the way. The only thing they're lacking is sports.
And I just like the interface of Dish more. And maybe it's because that's what when after satellite TV became not a billionaire, your upper class.
Like when you had to have that giant dome in your backyard.
I'm not even saying that. I'm saying like when, you had your people who had just, public television, you had people who had cable. And then you had those rich motherfuckers that had satellite with 800 channels.
Yeah.
Most of the time growing up, I had cable. And then when Dish became more popular, like Dish satellite TV became more popular, it dropped in price to where the average consumer, the middle income families could afford it. That's when we got it. And so I grew up with Dish when I was like, I think it was 15 when my family first got Dish TV. So, I mean, now that's the thing, I think, and what would be better for the NFL Sunday Ticket would be exclusivity on it is you can get it on Apple TV, you can get it on, and that would be, you know what? Retract here a little bit. Putting it on Apple TV makes it so anybody can get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have an Amazon device, you can watch Apple TV.
Yeah.
Yep. And you don't have an Amazon device, but you have Apple TV and a Google Chrome.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, you can stream to your Google Chrome.
Yep. So that would circumvent a lot of. So for me, I had to go roundabout ways to watch games. I had to so I had through Verizon I get what is it called? It's not Sunday Ticket, but it's NFL Network. So I get the NFL Network for free.
Yeah.
But it's based on location, so I'd have to spoof my location to watch certain games because they were on blackout.
Yeah, they got those blackout zones. See,
if you live in a certain area,
all wrong. What you need to do is you need to pick a team that always sucks ass, like I do. And then you don't care about their games because you already know they're going to lose, and you can watch the highlights to see what stupid things they did.
Well, no, see, that's where I'm at now.
Go Dolphins, go!
Hey, man, the Dolphins, they're going to be good this year.
Everybody says that every year, and we always start out real great. And then, I don't even want to talk about it. Fuck you, Dolphins.
I'm a Denver Broncos fan, so there's. Hey, I've had I've had a lot of ups and downs.
Yeah, at least you've had some ups.
That's true. I mean, last time Dolphins had an up was back with Dan Marino.
Yep. And I've been with them since then, so that's really painful. It's almost like being a Red Sox fan now.
Yeah, I've been with the Broncos since Elway, but that's when I was born. I was born at the John Elway time.
Yeah, man, Elway was the man back then.
And so I went through their thing of all their shitty quarterbacks, and then Peyton Manning came on, and I got the biggest hard-on for football in my life watching my team with Peyton Manning. And then we won a Super Bowl, and Peyton Manning retired, and
wow.
Yeah, and now we got good old Drew Lock or Teddy Bridgewater, whoever gets starting position this year.
Yeah,
it ain't gonna make a difference. My team's gonna suck. It's just how it is. They're gonna suck. They got a good receiving core, but no one to throw to them.
See, that's I don't know how, but like Dolphins do fantastic for the first half, but then they just fall apart. Like every single time everyone's, because my dad, he's also a Dolphins fan. It's one of those family things. Like I don't have any legitimate reason why I like the Dolphins, just I always have.
That's me too with the Broncos. I grew up in a Broncos household, so
yeah, exactly. So my dad will call me up and he'll be like, "Oh yeah, did you hear that? Like, we're going to the playoff. We're doing this, we're doing that." And I'm like, "Yeah, nah, that's where we're gonna choke, Sure enough.
Yeah, I grew up in a house with the Denver Broncos and the Utah Jazz.
Oh, hey, Jazz is all right.
I've always watched the Jazz.
The Jazz this season were hot.
Yeah,
they did not obviously win, or did not get the championship, but they went to the second round. They went to the second round of the playoffs and lost to the goddamn LA Clippers.
Yeah, but they're a fun team to watch. Like
they are, and their record. They even with not winning the championship, they still had the best record in the NBA for the entire NBA, both conferences, for the first time in a long time.
Real quick, way off topic. Do you know that there's a petition to urge Jeff Bezos to buy and eat the Mona Lisa?
What?
Where'd you find this?
I don't know. It's just on this random thing.
How many people have
sounds
signed it?
Absolutely amazing.
I want to hold on. Let me look at see petition.org. There's already 11,000 signatures calling for Jeff Bezos to purchase and eat the Mona Lisa.
No, I'd see.
Why do you ask? Nobody has eaten the Mona Lisa, and Jeff Bezos needs to take a stand and make this happen.
I feel they would have better luck if they petition Elon to do this.
Yeah, Elon would do it for just the memes.
He'd be like, "Yeah,
it would be funny," but for the course of history, you don't want to see the Mona Lisa. God, that is one of the biggest art pieces in that's one of the biggest art pieces in history.
Can you imagine the douchebag that gets put in every single art history book from then on out?
This is the motherfucker that ate the Mona Lisa.
Amazon CEO, blah blah blah. So that was the NFL Sunday Ticket, and it's a little off tangent there.
My bad. Sorry, I just saw that. I'm like,
no, that's totally fine.
That's kind of funny.
And then we started talking about football, and I'm going to cut myself off because this is not a sports podcast, and I can go on and on about sports.
And on and on.
It's all right. My favorite sport is Rocket League, so
I like Rocket League. Rocket League's fun.
I cannot play Rocket League to save my life, but that's because I can't hold a controller to save my life. I look like I feel like a monkey.
You could play it with mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, there are professionals that do keyboard.
Those guys are masochists.
I will admit that. Yeah, no, you ain't wrong on that.
I've tried to play it, and I do better on controller than I do on mouse and keyboard. And I look like a monkey holding holding a rock thinking it's a banana with a controller. Like it's bad. I can't do controllers. I've had to do a controller for the last little bit because I have a broken hand. And even then, I'll just take my splint off and be like, okay, to mouse and keyboard I go. And it ruins me.
That's when you know you're a serious gamer, that you have like an actual injury and you're like, no, we're just going to push this aside so I can game.
Yep. I mean, I could game with the split and everything on with the controller, but back in the day, like before I got a gaming PC, it was fine because all I played on was, your PlayStation 3 was my first major. Well, no, that's not a lie. That's a lie. I've had pretty much every major console growing up. I'm a little spoiled brat. I had the Super Nintendo. I had the fucking N64. I had the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. Actually, that's a lie. I never had a PlayStation 1 or 2. I bought those when I was 18. Just because I wanted to play Crash Bandicoot.
Hell yeah. I never had a PlayStation 1. I got in with the PS2.
I had a PlayStation 1. I had a PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. I had the original Nintendo, Super Nintendo, the Sega, N64, GameCube. Well, no, it went PlayStation 1, GameCube, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, Wii, and then all the other consoles.
You know what I've never had? A PlayStation 5 or an Xbox, whatever it's called now.
I never
Series
will.
X.
I'm not going to buy one. I have no interest in it.
I don't either. My computer is perfectly fine.
I do just for the PlayStation exclusives to get a play. Like I don't need an Xbox for the Xbox exclusives because now they made it so. Oh, it's an Xbox game. Guess what? You can play it on PC.
Yep.
Holy shit! The Macarena is 25 years old today.
The Macarena.
Yeah.
The song.
Hey, Macarena.
It's the song.
Yeah, the song.
They came out probably the same time. Yeah.
It was started in 1993. Sorry. ADD moment.
Yeah. 20. You said 25 years old?
Yeah, it says 25 years old. It was released. And no, it would be more than 25. It'd be more than 25 years because I'm 26 years old and I was born in 94.
You a little baby.
Oh, fuck you.
Unless you're about to tell me that you were doing the Macarena while you were a toddler. Like, you just stood up in your Pampers one day and started hitting it. I don't know how you're going to justify it being older than 25.
Hey, You know what? It's better for a toddler to do the Macarena than the dances we have nowadays.
Have you seen that crap on on freaking TikTok and stuff? The little the mom standing there twerking with her 2-year-old baby.
Yeah, which one? Because I've seen a lot of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's not particularly one.
Out myself here. That is a lot of my For You page on TikTok is a lot of twerking. It's a mix of Warzone memes, twerking, and food.
Man, my TikTok is nothing but Josh Dub.
I love Josh Dub.
What is
him and
Josh
the boys? Dub? He there's what Josh Dub. There's the narrator.
VR comedians. They make skits.
Oh my gosh, they're hilarious. And the narrator. Then there's who's the?
I could just start popping out all their names, but I don't want to sound like a fangirl. So.
Oh, I love them. They're funny as fuck.
Yeah,
it's okay to fangirl out every once in a while.
Oh man. Even the stuff that's not funny, I find funny. So.
I love their whole when they started getting famous. They're like, we're gonna make an OnlyFans, and oh wait, we gotta save this content for the OnlyFans.
Well, the funny thing is each one of them has
to OnlyFans, right?
Yeah, let's not do OnlyFans again.
Come on. I wasn't able to go on my full tangent.
No, let's not, because my wife listened to the episode 1 and she was like, "Oh, you have an OnlyFans page?" And I'm like, "No, I don't have an OnlyFans page." And she's like,
"That was Trevor talking."
No, baby, I don't have an OnlyFans page, just an account.
That's what I said too. It's like, "No, I don't have a page. I just have an account." She's like, "Oh, okay." And I'm like, "Well, I've never purchased anything off of it." She's like, "Oh, but you look at it." And I'm like, "It's not any different than porn." She's like, "Well, you're not wrong, but you're not right."
Lord. Anyways,
next topic. Get away from this real quick.
Abandoned ship.
Like sitting there, like digging himself into the hole more. Like,
yeah,
okay, anyways.
Didn't you just state that your wife listens to this, and here you are digging away?
Well, and my paranoid self, I keep looking back at my door to make sure she's not walking into my office.
You realize you're being recorded, so it really don't.
Yeah. Next topic. So, DMX, his reason for his death was revealed.
Yeah, it was due to drugs. So they put him on life support, but they already knew. So what had happened is it was an overdose of cocaine or something. Cocaine intoxication. So essentially put him in a cardiac arrest. And by time the paramedics got there, so they called after 10:03, paramedics got there at 10:09. They performed where they tried to give him CPR for 30-40 minutes. Then they tried to take him to the hospital, and they knew pretty much as soon as they put him in the ambulance that he was brain dead. Like, his body was still living, but his brain was already gone.
Yeah, that's really checked out.
That's exactly the article. I don't know. I pulled up the Yahoo News article because that's the first thing that popped up on Bing, because apparently my browser likes Bing more than likes Google.
Yuck.
It says, he died from a cocaine-induced heart attack that caused lack of blood circulation to his brain.
Yep, so it killed him, brain dead.
Part of me wants to know why it took so long for them to reveal that. That's kind of what I want to know.
Yeah, 3 months later, it takes them 3 months to find out that, to reveal the situation. I don't, like, maybe it was because of bad PR or something. I don't know.
Yeah, see, on one hand, it's not our business.
I don't think it would have been bad PR. It was DMX. You know he was doing drugs.
X gonna give it to you.
Not anymore, he ain't. I'm sorry, that was a horrible. Yeah, well, bring it to the dark place. Why don't you? Too far.
There's cookies.
Far.
There's cookies.
That's too far. What a way to go, though. If you're gonna go, a cocaine overdose is better than like a heroin overdose, I suppose.
Hey, what's the saying? If you've got to go doing what you love.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, he sure fucking did.
Yeah, he was 50 years old, so for him to pass away at 50 doing all the drugs that he has, it's not terrible.
Nah, it's not at all. Not at all.
He had, what was it? The guy who does the that song.
Scatman.
Scatman.
That's the name of the song, isn't it?
He blew up after the fact that after he died. So the song got super famous. Didn't even get to live any of the famous live or anything like that. Passed away, and then his song blew up.
Yeah, but isn't that the only thing ever that anybody knows from him?
Pretty much, yeah. Scatman really is the only thing that people know.
Well, isn't that like Edgar Allan Poe?
Yeah,
he didn't get to live that famous author life.
No,
he was long dead when that stuff became critically acclaimed.
Well, everybody when he was around, everybody just thought he was a real creepy guy. So he was living the opposite.
Well, look at the poems he wrote and the stuff he wrote. He was a creepy dude.
Oh, he was insane. So
Yeah, that's true. Next topic, Trevor.
Well, we were talking about the GPUs, the RTX 3060s being sold as low as 270 by miners as China cracks down. Cracks down. So is it, I
I'll
don't
pull up
have
that
the
article.
article. Yeah, I was going to say I don't have the
I'll pull
article
that
in
one up.
front of me.
It's off Google News. Google.com
Dude, I would
slash
love to get my
news.
hands on like a 3060 or a 3070.
I
Oh,
don't want to do a 3060 because I would do a 3070, a 3080, a 3090.
Yeah,
That's what
like
I
a
would do.
3090.
I would love a 3090. Well, and alongside that too, with that price, those are used, and I don't know if I'd buy it from a miner because that is heavily used.
so I
Yeah.
have.
I game all the time, but I'm not ramping out my graphics card 24/7.
You
Yeah,
don't know
because
what's about to burn out in that thing.
yeah,
Yeah, mine's used, but not that used.
I bought an old, like when I first got into PC gaming, I bought what was it? It was a RX. No, it was a Sapphire card. I can't remember what it was called, but at the time it was still like a $300-$400 card, and I bought it for $100 from a miner in Idaho Falls, and it worked fine. But all of a sudden, I started getting like about a year later, I started getting really bad artifacting when I was trying to play uh what was it, Outer Worlds. The whole screen would just sit there and violently flash, and I'm like, what the fuck, like what's going on? And I went and installed Tyler's card out of his computer, put it in mine, and the artifacting was gone. And it used to be just for that game, and then all of a sudden it started happening on all games. I'm like, yeah, it's dead.
So,
But
what this article says is China's cracking down on people on Bitcoin and mining in general.
oh
So,
shit.
yeah, so some of the miners have migrated out of the country, and other miners decided like, well, I don't want to leave, so I'm just
So
going to
I'm just
sell
gonna
my
sell my
GPU.
shit.
Yeah, that's just thousands of GPUs, both AMD and Nvidia brands, are now flooding the secondhand market. The models include not only the latest architectures, but also older generations of RTX cards. Um, since there's abundance of the prices have naturally gone down a lot. Since there's an overabundance of those cards in there, it says, for example, the RTX 3060 was spotted online web on a online website for just $270 a piece.
Jesus.
Others like the 3070, 3070 Ti, and the 3080 were sold around 400 to 350.
So
But
I don't know.
those
Oh,
are ones that might have been used in mining, so I probably wouldn't buy one of those because you don't know how long that's. You might get it might last you the entire life you want to play for it, but it
Yeah,
might not.
it's
if I'm
kind of a
dropping
trade-off.
three or
I
four
mean,
hundred dollars, yeah, I don't want to buy
you're
a
not
mining
spending,
card.
$39.99 for one though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nah, that wouldn't be for me. I've had that whole situation with the mining. Like, yeah, I got a year out of it. I only paid $100, but I would have liked a little bit more life out of that card.
Yeah.
right.
Well,
And
theoretically, if they're selling used ones at that rate, then the new ones have got to come down to some degree because there will be competition.
Yeah,
right. Well, and so with China cracking down, obviously China has the most dense population in the world. I'm not saying the biggest population, but the most dense. If they're cracking down on mining and stuff, that's also leading to, and that was one topic. It's to be part of the same topic, but GPUs in general, MSRP prices, like from the manufacturer or from Amazon or whatever, they're slowly returning to normal pricings. Let's see. I can probably get on here and let me just look it up real quick. If I go to Newegg,
eBay.
not I don't want to go. Well, I want to price out brand new ones. See what
Uh,
brand new are going for. Let's go with the 3090.
No.
I don't want to. Well, shit. I mean, you can buy a pre-built PC with a fucking i7 fucking 10700F and a fucking RTX 390 for $4,000. That's you can buy a whole PC build for $4,000 with a 3090 in it.
I
right,
think I would go that
right. Oh yeah. See, we'll look at this. So right here, it's an MSI GeForce RTX 3090. This is one of the bigger. This is one of the nicer ones. This is a 24 gigabyte VRAM. God damn, 24 gigabytes of VRAM.
Yeah, it's insane.
$3,289.
And that's just the card, or
that's just the card. So for a little less than $1,000 more, you get a tower, you get a case, you get the processor or the CPU, the GPU, 16 gigs of RAM, a 1 terabyte NVMe, the little, is that how you say it? NVMe?
And NV, I can't say it right now.
One of those newer SSDs, a full pre-built PC, and it's not like something to slouch at either. For just under $1,000 more, water cooled too.
Yeah,
why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, why would you do that?
Yeah, still go with the pre-builds, but I mean,
the only thing,
if prices are coming down, that's great to hear. But it's still right now, everyone dogged on the people getting pre-built PCs, but now it's cheaper to get a pre-built PC.
The only thing I worry about pre-builts is just the fact that in some cases they do decide to cheap out with some, like the motherboard and stuff like that. Like, for example, you put Tyler and my computer together. He has a 1080 Ti. I have a 1080. But if you look at his just looks like a generic, like it's plastic with a blower. Mine is like this big fancy ass thing with lights and all sorts of shit. 3 fans. Like mine looks fucking nice. But his is just a plastic thing over the card, and that's pretty much it. And it's a blower style card. I'm like,
well, my PCs are pre-built.
Yeah, but you bought it from a reputable brand that uses that is known for using good parts.
Yeah,
like if you look at like Alienware or Dell or stuff like that, you're gonna get the same style of GPU that Tyler has. And
are you dogging my Alienware laptop?
No, I'm saying like they're pre-built computers. Laptops are a total different thing.
Yeah, laptops are a total different monster.
If you look at my MSI laptop versus your Alienware, they're relatively the same. But like computers itself, there's so much more room, and so they're able to cheap out on parts and things like that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they didn't cheap out on mine. The only thing that they might have cheaped out on is my RAM, but it's T-Force RAM, so it's not like it's the best RAM out there. But I mean, it's RGB RAM, so I don't know if that adds a couple, I don't know. That adds some overclocking speed, right? RGB.
Yep, that's all the megahertz.
Yeah, that's performance. Yeah. No, so it's still it's really nice RAM. I haven't had issues with it. And it's got it's an AMD Ryzen 7, processor.
Right.
That's I wish I had an Intel processor, but
really, I'm loving my AMD. I used to be hardcore Intel. My first desktop before this one, it was an Intel. I had an i7 4700K in it, and I was like, nope, fuck AMD. Well, nah, man, this AMD is such a powerhouse.
It's not the process. It's not the AMD or the Intel thing that's actually the issue. It's the fact that, like, for the most part, like the processor, AMDs get paired with AMD graphics cards, and Intels usually get paired with NVIDIAs. And like they have a lot of pipeline stuff that helps between the two to keep them, kind of that way. Mm-hmm. I play a lot of indie games, like a lot of stuff that uses like old-fashioned OpenGL and stuff, and AMD does not handle that as well. So from the video card side, I really kind of wish I had an NVIDIA.
Yeah, see, that's where I went in NVIDIA. So I have a Ryzen 7 3700X and a
I think that's
1080.
what I have actually.
Yeah, because I did go AMD at first. I had an RX 580, and both my 1080 and my 580 had 8 GB of RAM, but my 1080 fucking slaughters that 580.
See, because I just run into a lot of OpenGL errors. It's like, I can run like late stuff right now, but just for an example, Terraria, real simple side scrolling game.
Terraria.
My when a boss comes on the screen, my computer graphics just die. I go down to like 2 frames a second, and it's impossible. And
really?
Yeah, it's the open, and it's a common error. It's OpenGL and the AMD chipset. They actually have a new thing out called Vulkan, but it's not widely supported yet.
That I think that's an old standard where people think that Intel pairs with NVIDIA and AMD pairs with AMD, because a lot of gaming rigs I see now have your AMD CPUs CPU. And NVIDIA GPUs. That's what mine's running. I have right, I haven't noticed any issues except for I don't know. It was the other day I had some issues, but a fresh install helped it, so I might have had a virus on my computer.
But, from looking at the stuff the other night?
No, because I had restored my computer before.
Only fans research.
It was not only fans research, it was Pornhub research.
Yeah.
And we're not going back to that topic again.
Yeah, I don't want to visit my workplace.
Oh God, we're on the topic. Fuck it. I tried to find whatever you did on Pornhub, but I could not find you. I don't know if you go by a different name or not, but I tried to type Esty into Pornhub, and I got some weird ass shit.
I don't think anything
stuff.
No, I don't think anything that comes up for that. I like to be hard to find. See, I have a really hard set rule, and because people, like my mom knows I do stuff, things like that. So my rule is, I'll tell you I'm an artist, and I'll tell you what I do, but I'm not telling you where. And that is my hard set rule. Like, I will not tell anybody I know, even if you're my best friend. But the rule is, if you find it, if you manage to find it and figure it out, I will admit to it. But you have to find it.
That's good.
There are no hints.
I even tried looking up Deep Voice Daddy. And of course,
that's your guy's title.
The only reason he has Deep Voice Daddy is because of me. Yeah.
In fact, it's kind of funny because I only noticed the other day that you guys finally fixed my name, because one of you funny gentlemen decided it'd be funny to put Deep Voice Daddy Etsy instead of Esty. And I just noticed the other day that it was fixed and correct, and I was like, what?
That might have been me, because like I said, I put it as Etsy before, because like I said, I pronounced your name Etsy like the candles for the longest fucking time. So that might have been me. I don't know who fixed it, because I haven't changed names for a minute in here, so I don't know. I have not changed any names in here for a minute.
You're not gonna find anything I do. I'll just give you the only hint possible. Obviously, I do it through Blender and other such things, so it's CGI. But beyond that, good luck.
Yeah, the only work I've ever done in Blender is for this old Star Wars game.
You fucking kidding me? You just changed my head to Stinky Poo Poo Head.
No, I did not.
Damn it!
Hey, you're a server administrator now. You can change it.
I know. For the longest time, I could not change my own fucking name. It had to be Stinky Poo Poo Head.
That's great. I love it, though.
That's perfect.
All right, guys. It looks like we're coming up on, or we're a little past an hour here. I think we might be able to call it here, unless you guys have any final topics you want to cover.
Changing my name back to Mr. Thriller.
I mean, you could.
I am not a Stinky Poo Head.
Okay, I think, we're going to go ahead and end the podcast here. You guys can check us out Trevor uploads us to, I think it's Anchor, but that puts us on all the major platforms. We're still waiting on Apple Podcasts, but we are on Spotify, so you can hopefully check us out on Spotify, on Anchor, maybe eventually OnlyFans or Pornhub.
Holy shit. We got them feet pics.
Hey, feet pics so well.
I ain't gonna do feet pics. If I start OnlyFans, it's gonna be, what is it called? What is that thing called where you eat a bunch of food?
A mukbang.
Oh yeah, okay. So
not a gangbang. It's not a gangbang.
I wasn't gonna say a gangbang.
I was gonna say gangbang. He's gonna buy a bunch of freaking McDonald's. And just...
I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna say a bukkake, but I knew it wasn't it.
All right, later.
A bukkake channel. All right, guys. Yeah, check us out on Spotify. Follow us on Spotify. When we hit Apple Podcast, follow us on there. But I think that should be it. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.